Here in my garage with my Tesla Model 3.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
But do you know what's better than a Tesla?
Knowledge.
No! More EVs here in my garage. Right? All right, that's enough of that joke. But seriously, I've been thinking about life after my Tesla and what type of EV I would get next. Because make no mistake, I would absolutely 100% unequivocally be getting another EV in the future. My days with gas vehicles, they're done. Now, let me bring you up to speed about what my plan was from the beginning with EVs and starting with Tesla. For one, car seat. I'm a dad now, right? So I care about safety above anything else. And a Tesla as a whole is one of the safest vehicles on the road because it's very bottom heavy, kind of like a Volvo. But it was always my plan to hold on to this car for at least 10 years. And now that it's 2025, I am now entering year 6. I'm more than halfway through this life cycle for what I wanted to do with this car. And over the last 6 years, lessons have been learned, and there's a lot I've learned about myself as a driver and about EVs as a whole, and I want to take that knowledge. Seriously, I'm done doing that joke now. And I want to apply that for the next vehicle and my next era of life going forward. And as of right now, I only have 4 requirements for any car, but specifically for me as an EV owner, I have 4 requirements that I look for in any vehicle now. 1, really above anything else, I think I'm done buying new vehicles. This was a brand new vehicle that I bought, and as much fun as it wasn't really worth hindsight paying the $60-something thousand for this particular variant. But I was younger, I had the money, life was different, and it was also pre-COVID. So my headspace was very different. But kind of going forward, I know vehicles depreciate in value. Any vehicle, it doesn't matter if it's an EV, a gas, a hybrid, it all goes down in value. It's not an investment tool, nor should it be really. It's just a tool. And EVs have started to mature now to the point that there are good used vehicles in the EV sector out there. And that's great. So you can get the same model, this exact model, 2019, for around $20,000 right now. So then that makes me think, going into the second one, my next EV, I'm not going to spend more than $30,000. And ideally, again, if I can get it even cheaper, I will. Backstory on how I operate things: I don't take out loans, I pay cash for everything. So that means I would be paying cash for the next vehicle, regardless of what it is. And I started saving money for the next vehicle either way, so I'll be okay. Number 3, and probably the most important one for very minute, selfish reasons, but now that I've had this car for so long, I refuse to get a vehicle, an EV, that doesn't have the NACS port. So whatever the next vehicle is, it's going to have NACS, or I'm not going to get it. I don't care how much I love the R1T. If Rivian does not have a NACS port on it by the time I'm ready to buy, I'm not going to buy it. I'll just get something else. That's my choice, and that I do draw a line there. Mainly because I have adapters for CCS either way. So I could just use those adapters if I was using something outside of the supercharging network. But it is my hope by 2030, we would have a way more adoption rate for NACS, and not just more superchargers out there in the world, but also maybe alternatives that are also using NACS. That'd be great. And lastly, 4th, I want something with a very comfortable cabin space. So my Model 3 here, very nice, very sleek, but I also have a Model Y, and I objectively, everybody in my family and everyone who rides with me, we all objectively like the Model Y more because there's just more leg room. It's just, there's a higher headspace, so you don't feel so cramped. I like having a type of SUV or crossover type now. So realistically, if I was to get something outside of Tesla, I could see myself getting an R2 or maybe an R3, R3X. R3X. But that also means I'm a big fan of the EV6 Kia or the Hyundai Ioniq 5. I like that design. It's small. I'm a smaller guy, so I don't have to have so much room to maneuver or get around, like fitting in my garage. And it still has a very decent sized cabin space inside it. So I care more about the cabin space over anything else. Bonus number 5, this one's actually optional, which is why I don't really include it as one of my main requirements. I would like my next vehicle to have CarPlay, because I absolutely hate the Tesla navigation system that's on here. I do not like the Google Maps infrastructure. I just don't. And that's That's a choice. That's my choice. I've always loved using Apple Maps, even since the beginning. I know. I am very deeply in the Apple ecosystem. So having CarPlay would be an amazing complement to my lifestyle using the Apple tech. So what would that car be? I don't really know, because I'm going to wait until 2029 to even start making that decision. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it 10 years with this car. But what I do know for sure is by at least 2029, there's going to be a lot of used EVs out there. So I should be sitting pretty comfortably with a saturated market about getting to pick my next vehicle. And hopefully some used R2s or R3Xs out there if everything stays the timeline. But if not, I'm not opposed to seeing what a 2029, or in this case, maybe a 2027 to 2025 EV6 or Ioniq 5 would look like, or maybe other new vehicles by that point that's out there. But really the focus is getting something used, because I don't want to take that hit on the depreciation. So if I'm being honest with myself, realistically, something that's 3 to 5 years old, where it lost most of its value and then it's just another Model 3 equivalent out there. That would be nice. My bias is I'm still a Rivian fanboy, but also a stronger bias is that the Tesla product is still probably the best EV out there. Not even close. But I'm hoping within the next 5 years, it is close. Even though I've made videos about Elon and all this and the other, like just looking at this from a product standpoint, I have nothing against a Tesla. I'm curious and I'm open-minded about trying some other stuff now, some newer things, and see what the competition looks like. I'm not going to shun competition just because I have a favorite. I'm open-minded to all this stuff. I'm pretty agnostic, really. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Do you guys have an EV? Or if not, if you're wanting an EV, which EV do you want? Let me know all those in the comments down below. And thank you to my channel supporters for supporting me even in my absence. I appreciate you, but I am back, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.